Your previous assignment was to read and annotate pages 156 to 157. This includes the following annotations. Compare your annotations to these. You should have at least what I have, if not more. Again, I do have an expectation that you're going to look over and identify vocabulary that you don't know and make sure that you define it. Learning to define unfamiliar words is going to help with your reading comprehension. As we move through this section of the text, you are learning more about the protagonist, you're learning more about his beliefs and values and where he works, and inevitably you will be introduced to Sedgwick Bell, who will become the antagonist, but we will do more of that in the next couple of pages. The primary conflicts in this section of the text start to develop between Hundert's, that's the narrator's name, Hundert, his ideals and whether or not they're practical and whether or not he lives up to them. As young Sedgwick Bell stood in the doorway of that classroom his first day at St. Benedict's, however, it was apparent that such efforts would be lost on him. I could see that he was not only a dullard, but a roustabout. The boys happened to be wearing the togas they had made from sheets and safety pins the day before, spreading their knees like magistrates in the wooden desk chairs, and I was taking them through the recitation of the Emperors when Mr. Woodbridge entered alongside the stout, red-faced Sedgwick and introduced him to the class. I had taught for several years already, as I have said, and I knew the look of frightened, desperate bravura on a new boy's face. Sedgwick Bell did not wear this look. Rather, he wore one of disdain. The boys, 15 in all, were instantly intimidated into sensing the foolishness of their improvised cloaks, and one of them, Fred Massoudi, the leader of the dullards, though far from a dullard himself, said, to mild laughter, "Where's your toga, kid?" Sedgwick Bell answered, "Your mother must be wearing your pants today." It took me a moment to regain the attention of the class, and when Sedgwick was seated, I had him go to the board and copy out the Emperors. Of course, he did not know the names of any of them, and my boys had to call them out, repeatedly correcting his spelling as he wrote out in a sloppy hand Augustus, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, Nero, Galba, Otho, all the while lifting and resettling the legs of his short pants in mockery of what his new classmates were wearing. "Young man," I said, "this is a serious class, and I expect that you will take it seriously." "If it's such a serious class, then why are they all wearing dresses?" he responded, again to laughter, although by now Fred Massoudi had loosened the rope belt at his waist, and the boys around him were shifting uncomfortably in their togas. From that first day, Sedgwick Bell was a bore and a bully, a damper to the illumination of the eager minds of my boys, and a purveyor of the mean-spirited humor that is like kerosene in a school such as ours. What I asked my boys that semester was simple: that they learn the facts as I presented to them in an outline of ancient Roman history, which I had whittled through my years of teaching to exactly 4 closely typed pages. Yet Sedgwick Bell was unwilling to do so. He was a poor student, and on his first exam could not even tell me who it was that Mark Antony and Octavian had routed at Philippi, nor who Octavian later became, although an average wood beetle in the floor of my classroom could have done so with ease. Furthermore, as soon as he arrived, he began a stream of capers using spitballs, wads of gum, and thumbtacks. Of course, it was common for a new boy to engage his comrades thusly, but Sedgwick Bell then began to add the dangerous element of natural leadership, which was based on the physical strength of his features, to his otherwise puerile antics. He organized the boys. At exactly 15 minutes to the hour, they would all drop their pencils at once, or cough, or slap close their books, so that writing at the blackboard, my hands would jump in the air. At a boys' school, of course, punishment is a cultivated art. Whenever one of these antics occurred, I simply made a point of calling on Cedric Bell to answer a question. General laughter usually followed his stabs at answers, and although Cedric himself usually laughed along with everyone else, it did not require a great deal of insight to know that the tactic would work. The organized events began to occur less frequently.